Hey people, Ingrid here, Team Free for All Faction Rumble. This is the White Walls of Calderis, and the purple team is Tyranids. We have Crazy Chairman 96 as a Ravener Alpha, a turn-on hero, great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support. Begins with a ranged weapon. They're going to pop up in a second. There they are. Alongside is Zzeraf with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist to infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support. The blue team is Space Marines, EagleRed as a Techmarine. Starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Alongside Mizu as a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee, can also tank, disrupt and support. Is this some Death Watch over here? Perhaps. Rounding us off is the green team with Chaos. We have Commissar Marius as a Plague Champion. Starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. And rounding off the teams, Shinji as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, contesting these three central points here. One facing southwest, one facing southeast, and one facing the north. Each team has their own single natural victory point. Sorcerer wants to fight the Ravener. Maybe there's a Doombolt. That did decently well. They can maybe get us. There we go. Special attack immediately. Sorcerer seems to get specials so often. But here comes the backup crew. This Sorcerer is dead, I think, because of Flesh Hook. Where is it? There it is. Starting ability of the Lictor Alpha gets the kill on the Sorcerer. They should get revived from there. They did get the VP. These guys need to run. What are they up to, fellas? Are they waiting for Heretics? Heretics are on the way, but that's way too long to wait. They should have just immediately retreated, I think. They barely got out of there. Triple Hormagaunts opening for Zzeraf. Two of them are here. Not sure where the other one is. Oh, they're just hanging out in the mid, I guess. Can they get straight onto the power? Oh, here comes Commissar Marius to reinforce. They have double Chaos Space Marines. This could be a nasty flank, actually. They get onto the power, but I don't think they can stay here. Triple gens up for Chaos. Lictor Alpha can sneak away because you don't have the aspiring champion for these Heretics to spot him, and they could get on a decap on the VP here. But the other Hormagaunts getting a decap on this wreck point. Sorcerer still down. The Ravener Alpha has backed away. They just have single Termagants, Crazy Chairman. These guys getting caught. I think they'll be alright. They will be alright. Two gens up for the Space Marines here. No gens here. Tyranids are 3 and 1. Just trying to figure out if any of these players are wanting to rush tier 2. This got decapped by the Lictor Alpha and was able to sneak away again. You need those aspiring champions, fellas. Sorcerer, I think, is going to make it out. Here comes the Force Commander with some battle cry shenanigans, buffing those units when they battle cry. I'm not sure why they retreated here. Marius could have stayed in play, I think. Hormagaunts on the prowl again, goes straight for this power. Ravener Alpha. Oh, turret. Tarantula turret up in the mid. Or maybe we'll see another one facing that way as well. Makes it quite awkward to get around him. Need to go all the way around up the stairs unless you can burrow strike or something. Ravener Alpha falls, thanks to turret and bolt gun. Grenade. Dodged by the double Hormagaunts. Zzeraf's Hormagaunts here. And they back away, okay. Didn't want to get shotgunned, maybe. I wonder if we'll see Bionics in response to all those Hormagaunts. CSM getting caught. These are Shinjis. Do not drop a model, but they could get flesh hooked unless it's been used already. Looks like they're going to get away with 2 models. Still no aspiring champion for these Heretics. Didn't finish reinforcing either. Oh, looks like they did revive the Sorcerer, by the way. Quad Cat early on for the Space Marines. A decent lead at this point. They're trying to bash the power supply unit, which will disable this victory point. These teams are trying to reach 2,000 VPs. And you can destroy those power supplies to disable a victory point, and you have to pay to repair it. It's not cheap. Just generally the way to go. Generally, I think you want to destroy those power supplies rather than try to steal the victory points, unless you can think you can hold it for a decent amount of time. Looks like we have Toxin Miasma on the Lictor Alpha here. Just got revive on the Ravener, by the way. So they're level 3 now, this Lictor Alpha. Having a strong opening. There's a Flesh Hook on the Scouts, and the Scouts are going to wipe, I think. Yes, they do wipe. Those were fully upgraded scouts as well for Mizu. Quick tier 2s for the Tyranid players. Crazy Chairman already there, and look at their resources. I think they're rushing tier 3. This could get very interesting. There is indeed another Tarantula turret up. The Plague Champion's behind them. No sign of a Bile Spewer though, and Marius is floating tier 1 like crazy. Look at this. Huge, huge float. It should be going tier 2. Or getting units up or doing something. Looks like they're going to have to abandon this attempted hit on the Tarantula turrets. Didn't actually take that much damage. They're going to be okay-ish though. Here comes the Ravener Alpha. They could get the burrowing armor maybe and sneak around, because there's no scouts to spot them. These guys are off the field right now. Blob capping Tyranids here. This VP stays blue for now. Hormagaunts trying to get around, but they got caught and could not make it. Meanwhile, I see green crap. Oh, is that Toxic Cysts in as well? It is. That's really bad news for these heretics. Those Hormagaunts are reinforcing off the pheromone cloud as well. Yeah, that was nasty. With the cysts and the staying power from the pheromone cloud, it also debuffs. Yeah, 30% debuff on that. And I assume that stacks with your Toxin Miasma, so huge debuffs from this Lictor Alpha. Fast capping Tactical Marines on the northern wreck point. There is talk, by the way, of the Tactical Marines fast capping trait being removed. At least being removed by default, or maybe they'll get it back with their sergeant. That's like the biggest Dawn of War 2 change in a decade, if that goes through. That's crazy change, I think. Another Tarantula turret coming in to cover the other two. They are committing to these things. There's a Razorback up now, and a Carnifex on the way for Crazy Chairman. Commissar Marius with some Plague Marines on the field. Shinji down to single CSM squad. Although I think they only had heretics, otherwise they got Mark of Khorne on them, which is interesting. Eternal War on the way, and here comes a Chaos Dreadnought. They could go melee Chaos Dreadnought and use Warp to get out of trouble. Plague Champion's gone melee as well, with the Plague Fist, a great capping tool, and obviously in a team free-for-all there's a hell of a lot of capping and decapping to be done. Lictor Alpha, did it just pop their Toxic Cysts early there? They used something. Oh, they're going back to Adrenal Glands, okay. Meanwhile, Power Bashing Chaos is what Space Marines are up to. Mizu recovering quite quickly in Tier 2 with the Razorback, Scouts, and more Tactical Marines here. Here comes Mark of Khorne CSM to dissuade them from this Power Bashing. They got all the gens down. Doom Bolts. It's a pretty good one. I think the Mark of Khorne fellas should have gone for the infantry. Maybe they were wary of the shotguns. But yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them to just smack down the Razorback with their power melee chain axes. What was that missile? Oh, Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Dreadnought is that missile. Sorcerer goes down, a little bit sloppy there. Oh, what's for the I think for the Emperor was on those plasma attacks. Can they finish the Razorback? They can. The Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought gets it done. It's a powerful anti-vehicle unit, but typically I feel like it doesn't justify its cost in terms of what it actually achieves. In that instance, it did take down a Razorback with some help from Plague Marines. We got a Power Fist Force Commander now. Very painful heavy melee weapon, as you could expect. More heretics on the way for Shinji. Tier 3s all round. Only the Chaos fellas staying Tier 2 now. And the Space Marines are almost halfway on the VPs here. So this is a good point for them to get their Tier 3 rolling, I think. We got 2 Carnifexes on the field already. One of them with a Stranglethorn Cannon. The other one not upgraded yet. Force Commander gets away with some Nurgle Stink on him. Artificer Armor is in play. We've got some Mark of Tzeentch CSM here for Marius. Awesome anti-infantry damage. Double Venom Broods. Taking out turrets. Very effectively. There we go. Missile launcher attacks, getting some shots on the Carnifex. They could tie them up, maybe. But apparently not. I wonder if any of these will get the Death Spitters. Got some Spore Mines somewhere. These guys, they're probably released by the Carnifex. Triple cap remains for the Space Marines. Other teams need to get on those VPs. Scouts getting caught. Chaos can take that one, surely. Flesh hook on the Sergeant of the Space Marines. Down he goes. Also have a Corrosive Devourer, Ravener Alpha. A fantastic ranged weapon. Huge plasma DPS, and it can damage vehicles. Lictor Alpha has been super effective so far. Goes back to Toxic Cyst, sneaking around. Yeah, still no aspiring... Oh, there we go. Aspiring champion on the way on the Heretics. I think they're going to be alright. Lictor Alpha makes it out. Still haven't capped this. There we go. Heretics are on it. Still a triple in play for the Space Marines. There's a decap though. Double plasma tax in the mid for Mizu. EagleRed down to just tax and scouts. Missile launcher on these guys. Double Plague Marines into tier 3 for Marius. Still have this Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought. It's in the mid now. And they've both got Strangle Thorns, these Carnifexes. Back at base, healing up. Trying to fight over this northern central VP now. Another turret in play soon from that Techmarine. There's a frenzied barrage from a Dreadnought. Some mark of some Nurgle worship, I should say. Maybe we'll see a shrine in the mid here. Las Cannon's trying to get shots. Doesn't seem like it can quite see the Dreadnought though. It might need to move forward a bit. There we go, it is moving forward. There's Flesh over Steel on the Dreadnought. But the Force Commander's having to fight Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines. And it's going to go down, I think. Las Cannon is now getting shots. Missile shots as well on the Dreadnought. One more would do it, but I think it's far enough away. Oh, here comes a Melter Gun Techmarine trying to finish it off. Nope, they're trying to get revived. Okay. Melter Gun's good versus all targets from short range. It's like an anti-everything shotgun, kind of, in terms of its range, anyway. There's a Plague Marines in the garrison. Can they hit the turret from there? Probably not. Probably not. Lictor Alpha's on it, though. Oh, hey. Is this a Venerable Dreadnought? It's Terminators on the field for EagleRed. With those Storm Bolters and Power Fists, and they can surely take out the Lictor Alpha here. There we go. Storm Bolters get it done. Double Strangle Thorns coming in, doing some good damage there. But they can't suppress those Terminators. Single cap for Space Marines. They're still way ahead of their enemies. Over 1,200 victory points. The closest, just over 600, is the Tyranids. Swarmlord on the field for Zzeraf. And more Venom Brood. They're sticking with their Venom Cannons as well. They're just bashing power incredibly effectively. And they took out that power supply, as you can see. Back to the mid. This map falling apart at the moment. These guys are not capping. And then they're going to have a really bad time when these Stranglethorn Cannon Carnifexes show up. Because of that. Ouch. I think Marius has forgotten these guys exist and he just got wiped out. 2 volleys from each of those guys and they were gone. Land Radio Redeemer on the way for Mizu. Swarmlord is taking some Melter Gun hits, but it should be okay. Might just chase these guys in base. A Tyranno formation. Not sure why there was a Tyranno formation there. I'm sure there was something to try to Tyranno form. We have... Oh, they didn't drop a model. Terminators didn't drop a model. They need to heal up, though. Tyranid is just milling around here, trying to lock EagleRed in base. Quad cap now for the Tyranids. Coming through very strong. Another Carnifex on the way for Crazy Chairman. They already have 3. And they're all Stranglethorn boys. And they're breaking their own tunnels over here. Yep, they're just camping on EagleRed. Down goes the Techmarine. We do have Cyclone Missile Launcher. and those missile attacks are getting shots in. Here comes the Force Commander, taking huge amounts of damage. Venom Cannons can't really hit him super effectively though. Down they go. Nevertheless, I think the Swarmlord came in and smacked him one. Still a quad cap for the Tyranids, and the Space Marines vitally have no cap. So they're not getting anything right now. The attack's barely making it out. Plague Champion working on the victory point, the natural victory point of the Tyranids here. We got a Rod of Warpfire Sorcerer, level 2. What level is this guy? Level 5 with the Icon of Noble. Awesome. They bashed it. And they have this. These guys should be capping up the mid. There's no Tyranids here, fellas. Land Raider Redeemer is in play. And all the Venom Cannons have left. Ravener could get shots in maybe with corrosive shots. Looks like they want to back off though. And this is not a super effective power bash, Mr. Sorcerer. Yeah, look, they didn't cap the mid up anymore. They could have got some decaps at least, I think, in there. Here comes the Lictor Alpha level 7. This guy's been super effective so far. They might go down though. They're trying to desperately get the decap. They couldn't quite make it. The Dreadnought was coming in from melee with that mean-looking close combat claw. I believe it's 73 heavy melee DPS. Got some Chaos Terminators now for Marius. They have triple Plague Marines in play. Which, I mean, now they're going to do some work for you against all those Carnifexes. Crazy Chairman has quad Carnifexes, and Zzeraf has the Swarmlord. So there's plenty of vehicle armor on the field. That's not counting the Land Raider Redeemer. Plague Marines on capping duty. Can they get to this one? Looks like Space Marines want it. Here comes a Land Raider Redeemer. Might be worth letting the Terminators cap so those Plague Marines can get shots on the Land Raider. Terminators just trying to live their life and cap stuff, but they're not allowed to. They are not allowed to. Oh, it's double Dreadnoughts for Shinji. Double Mark of Zinch. We'll see how they can do. Space Marines fast capping the VP there. So that's going to leave it as triple cap Chaos and a single for the other teams. Is that a melee Carnifex or is it an unupgraded Carnifex? Maybe the Mark of Cornfellow should go and tie up one of those Stranglethorn guys. But that's quite nasty, as you can see. Ouch. Imperial Abyss from Shinji. The Dreadnought almost went down. It does barely get away. They're kind of walking through the worst part of the Abyss there. Yeah, two Carnifexes got really low. Kicking off on the east side now. Land Raider Redeemer doing some work. Gets rid of all those Venom Brood fellas. Swarmlord draining some health with Leech Essence. Lictor Alpha in there. Is that a Lictor Alpha? Yeah, that's the Lictor Alpha. Swarmlord is now leaving. Okay. What is this? More Terminators? No. It is a Venerable Dreadnought. Awesome. Unique to the Techmarine. Has tons of hit points. And this thing can charge around. Instantly gets the Dark Age of Technology for even more hit points. Going to be up over 2,000 with that at level 1. Chaos have 2 of the central points. The third is turning purple for the Tyranids. Space Marines still have a VP lead. Chaos with a triple cap though are bearing down on them. And Tyranids of course still have that single. We now have a Thunderhammer Force Commander with Artificer and Teleporter pack. So now we'll now be able to switch between them. Plague Champion goes down to the Venerable Dreadnought. These Terminators need to get out of here, surely. What are they up to? Getting crunched. There's the teleport. They teleported into the mid, which was kind of risky. So they didn't know exactly what was here. Force Commander's teleported after them. Crack. Lictor Alpha not interested in fighting right now. Wants to get the cap. But now they're off. Oh, they have Lone Hunter. Oh, is that the new visual for Lone Hunter? Looks like they have for the Emperor or something. The Terminators died. Yes, I think they died. Super died. There's a Noxious Cloud thrown in from the Plague Champion. Would have been better to throw it here, I think. Yeah, now you can see the Lone Hunter effect has stopped because they're too close to allies. Look at this. 5 Carnifexes for Crazy Chairman. Nothing else on the field. 2 of them don't have upgrades yet. But they're still big old beasties. Markov Pawn CSM trying to bash a power supply. This could be bad. They are able to retreat. Tyranids don't have a way to repair these things. It's kind of weird. Swarmlord now fully healed up. And here comes a tier 3 Lictor for Crazy Chairman. Those guys have a faster capping trait. And they can jump over walls and stuff. So they'll be good on this map, I think. Plague Champion is really far away. I don't think they're going to get revived very easily over here. And with that Plague Fist, they might be worth just dishing out the 250 to revive. Zzeraf asking if they want to go into base. Tyranids seem quite comfortable at the moment. They have a quad cap. Crazy Chairman is very experienced in team free-for-alls, seeing as they organize most of these games, and I guess Zzeraf is as well. Mizu now has an Assault Terminator squad, or Terminator Assault squad as the game calls them. Get it right, Ingrid. Oh, Plague Champion's alive, but for how long? Because we now have Death Spitter's Venom Brood, and as you can see, they're still pretty damn quick at bashing power, and they're way more effective against infantry. Down goes the Plague Champion in the end. Now it's Swarmlord versus Dreadnought in melee. Not a good fight for the Dreadnought with Mark of Zinch. Looks like it's going to be okay, maybe. Bad spot for the Sorcerer to be in. Going to go down, I think. Yep. Lictor Alpha gets it. Level 9 Lictor Alpha buffed by the Lone Hunter. Outrageous amounts of damage. I wonder if... does that damage increase apply to the Flesh Hook? It doesn't say with attacks or anything. It just says does more damage. Swarmlord might go down. We'll go down, I think. Yeah. Not enough stuff around to leech essence from effectively. We got some chosen Plague Marines on the field. Chaos Dreadnought does go down. This one may also go down. Another Swarmlord on the way for Zzeraf. Tyranids don't have their VP still, but they have all the central ones. And they're up to 1500 VPs pretty much. Can the other teams mount any kind of threat to them here? Shinji's down to a single unit. They have tons of resources though, but they're just not spending them. Have they gone AFK here? These guys aren't moving. No idea. Double Plague Marines under Nurgle worship. Not even they can stand up to this barrage of death spitting. Plague Marine trying to put some melee pressure on them there, the chosen fellas. Makes them fall back at least. Here comes some other source of melee pressure. Ouch. And they just got disintegrated coming in. Lictor Alpha's there, level 10 now, with Menacing Visage. They've been a menace for sure. Are you all Stranglethorns? They are indeed all Stranglethorn Cannon Carnifexes. We have a Whirlwind and a Razorback. I'm not sure what they could do here, because I don't think a Las Cannon Predator tank's going to do much. Oh no! Why did those guys get claws? Carnifexes have vehicle armor. They should have stuck with their hammers. Shinji now has a Great Unclean on the way. So maybe they are alive again? Well, I guess they did move those CSM as well. Great Unclean one coming. Marius has tons of power as well. Venerable Dreadnought doing what it can. Down it goes. There's Stoicism. And the Terminators, yeah, they got claws, so super effective against Zzeraf's army. Maybe that's why they did it. Because that would be a lot of Synapse backlashes. Swarmlord charging forward. There's another Land Raider Redeemer. Terminators, now's your time to shine, although you are quite low. The other Terminators get disintegrated. There's a flesh hook on the Librarian. Terminators teleporting in. They use their teleport offensively, which could be a massive mistake. Here comes a Swarmlord. Yeah, I think it was a big mistake. I think it was a big mistake. Tyranids are going to roll over the teams here, I think. Unless they can get a really good nuke on Zzeraf stuff or something. EagleRed with some more Devastators. Looks like they want las cannons to fight the Carnifexes, but yeah, it's over, says EagleRed. They'll need an army of las cannons to stand a chance, because one volley from all of these Carnifexes and they wipe the Devastators. Double cap now for them. Chaos are still fighting though. They're coming for... Oh, it's already bashed still. They never bothered to repurchase it. Bashing power, but it's a bit late for that. Here's a Great Unclean one though. That's a tier 3 Lictor from Crazy Chairman. Great Unclean one can tie one of them up at least. But even that guy will take a while to chew through that hit points. Especially since these guys are probably leveled, aren't they? Yeah, level 4 Carnifex here. Almost 1800 hit points on that guy. We do have a tank. Gone for Mark of Khorne. Another tank on the way for Shinji. Tanks could be great, because they might be able to outrange the Carnifexes, but it's going to be tough not to get burst down. That was only 2 of them firing there. Great Unclean just tries to stand in everything's way. Down goes the tank. Double cap for the Tyranids. They are going to see this through, I think. Another Swarmlord on the way for Zzeraf. It is camping outside base. Tyranids are going to take it. Yes, I did cast it, Zzeraf. You're on the telly. It was a lopsided game after the halfway point. Space Marines is such a strong start. But, I mean, Crazy Chairman knows what he's doing. Spam is very effective in the team free-for-all matches, it seems. Because your opponents are also at each other's throats, so it's harder to get and maintain a good counter to something like that. As you can see, the base is getting hit over here by Marius. They're trying to use a Bile Spewer to get it done. But I don't think it's going to happen in time. Triple cap, and the Tyranids are going to get the victory here. There it is. Had a level 8 Ravener Alpha, level 10 Lictor Alpha. This guy was insanely effective. Maybe the team free-for-alls are their niche in terms of big team games. 3v3s, they tend to struggle a little bit, Lictor Alphas. Level 4 Techmarine, level 5 Force Commander, level 7 Plague Champion at the end, having to go at a base. And Shinji was a level 2 Sorcerer, did have Tome of Subjugation at the end. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to these players for having a go at a team free-for-all faction battle thing. And thanks to Crazy Chairman for getting this replay to me. I'll see you guys next time.